Well, Chiro is going to remain with us here, and as you may have heard in the background, we are getting ready for our first heavyweight fight of the night. It is going to be Norman Neely versus Kwame Benson. And I wanted to ask you this, Calvin, as a former heavyweight guy. You know, you look at this fight and, you know, just between those two guys, you know, just at the heavyweight division, it's so much different for those guys because really they can range from, you know, any of the different weights. You know, you got Norman Neely, a guy that is still, you know, but both guys are relatively inexperienced. But when you talk about heavyweights, you know, how difficult is it to, you know, fight in the heavyweight division with how different some of the guys can be? That because once you reach a certain weight, you're listed as a heavyweight opponent. After that, you can get as big as you want as long as you're able to fight and be in the right conditions. So, you know, what kind of test are these guys facing today against opponents that might be either bigger than them or so much smaller than them?
In the heavyweight division, they say that, and it's true, any heavyweight can punch hard enough to knock you out. That's the huge risk about every opponent that steps into the ring with you as a heavyweight. They can throw a punch and knock you out, so you always have to be prepared to have your defense together. You always have to be in shape. And although heavyweights are heavyweights, they can weigh anything, you can't perform at your optimal best if you're not as lean as possible. So heavyweights need to diet and train just as hard as a boxer that has to make a weight.
So we get ready for a 4-rounder between Norman Neely and Kwame Benson. So we'll start. Norman Neely is going to be in the blue corner. Both guys are actually wearing relatively similar outfits. So the shinier red with the white trim is going to be Norman Neely, and Kwame Benson is going to be in the solid red with the white trim. So we will try to keep you updated. Both guys also very similar hairstyles as well, so I didn't want to be able to tell much of the difference, but you could see already Kwame Benson a little bit smaller than Norman Neely. Norman Neely 2-0 in his career, 2-0-0 in his career. Last fight was a first-round KO win over Kendrick Houston. As we get ready to get this one underway, just a couple of quick things about Kwame Benson. 0-2 in his career, and his last fight a unanimous decision loss to David Stevens. Kwame Benson is the local guy. Norman Neely hailing from Paterson, New Jersey. That's where we also will have Jeremy Bryan from. So interesting to see how both of these guys start out.
I mean, starting seeing on this fight, I can see the size different from Neely and Benson. You can tell, you know, it's a little bit of different. In size, but Benson actually handled himself pretty well so far.
Yes, he is. Benson handling himself pretty well. And some small guys, because of the speed, means they can punch. You can't never underestimate a smaller person's power.
No, they're definitely not. Those punches that you don't see coming, those the ones that really hurt you, and sometimes when they're a little smaller, you know, they could be faster than the bigger guys. So definitely had to watch out. Neely had to watch out. I think this is going to be a good fight.
Both guys still kind of trying to feel each other out here. Oh, not there. Norman Neely caught him with a right after he stuck that left in there. Good job.
And Benson actually handled that punch pretty well.
Real well. I was thinking the same thing. It kind of makes me question, does Neely have that power that a heavyweight needs to bring into the heavyweight division?
Yeah, definitely. He handled it very well. Didn't blink at the punch, and he got caught clean. So I think we're heading for a good fight, guys.
Neely caught Benson with a left hand, knocked his mouthpiece out. So clean it off really quick. It's a little pep talk from the corner, and he's ready to go once again. Back at it. As Neely catches him with a little jab there. Oh, Benson caught him with a right and took combination. Looks like he's doing a good job of keeping his hands up, though, so far.
This is a good heavyweight boxing match that we're watching right now. No, pretty competitive.
Definitely, they're not coming to feel each other out. They're coming to work They're coming to fight, both of them, and I think they're probably gonna have a good 3 here. I think we're gonna have a good fight here.
Benson sidesteps that left to the body.
Conditioning will play a part in this boxing match.
That is one of the biggest things with the heavyweight division. It's 10 seconds left in the round. Good start to this heavyweight fight between Norman Neely and Kwame Benson. See if anybody gets a late shot in. And both guys went for one there. Benson dodging a couple of lefts. Hits him with a right there. Oh, good left. There.
It's 10 seconds, guys.
I thought that, not sure what that first one was. There's the 10 seconds. And that'll end the round. All right, so one of the main things that I've noticed with the heavyweight division in particular is that with Anthony Ruiz's win, it seems like everything's kind of changed. You know, he's a guy that really, look, he doesn't look like the most athletic guy, let's be really honest, but he is a phenomenal fighter. So, you know, I wonder, you know, how has that changed the heavyweight division? I mean, as a guy that was formerly in the heavyweight division, Calvin, looking at a guy like him, you know, is that something that gives some of those guys that maybe are a little bit bigger and people say don't have the stamina a little more confidence?
Yes, absolutely. Andy Ruiz, I looked at that boxing match, believe it, just last night. And he fought a perfect fight last night.
He did.
He kept his composure, kept his defense together. He wasn't that easy to hit. And he's fast. He counters real fast.
And I had to tell you guys, don't get confused by the way he look. He's in shape. He come in shape. Right. You know, he's overweight. You know, you would say, you know, he doesn't have a fighter's body, but he trains hard. He come in shape. And probably one of the fastest hand heavyweight I've ever seen. He's super fast. Here we start in the second round in a very competitive first round. I still think Neely got a little bit the best of that round, even though the round was very competitive.
See if the local guy, Kwame Benson, come back
agree.
here. Good left by
Neely coming out working his jab better this round. And that's what takes control of a boxing match, the jab.
Definitely. Everything starts from there. That's the fundamentals of boxing, the jab.
Kwame trying to go in with the jab. It's in. These guys. Oh, and now.
No, that was a slip. Yeah, that was a
he
slip.
just slipped. And immediately right back up. Yeah, it's like the
good body
right
shot
leg just came out from under him there. Guys, back at it though.
I think Neely coming with a different mentality in this round. Also, he's coming to put his size on him. But Benson handling himself very well. I tell you, he's either got a good shin or Neely doesn't have a big punch, because he had to take a couple of punches that anybody else would be out, and he's still there trying. And that's what boxing is about.
We've seen some good boxing tonight here at this show with Christy Martin.
Definitely. Christy Martin putting a great show here, great matchup, and this is what the public coming to see, fight like this.
Exactly.
So many more to come. Looks like Kwame Benson is cut somewhere near his lip or in his mouth. There is a little bit of blood at the front of his mouth, but
yeah, he's bleeding through his mouth. You can see he's fighting with his mouth open. That could be a problem why he got cut there. You know what I mean? Maybe he's a little bit out of breath, but his mouth is open and he's fighting. And he got to be very careful. He just got hit by a huge right hand on his chin. And he's still standing. Wow, what a chin.
And he's not phased at all.
What a chin.
oh, Neely just pounded on him in the corner. Catching him with a combination of rights.
Yeah.
Mouthpiece comes out.
Benson's hurt now, for sure. He better hold.
And
the corner stop the
in
fight.
trouble. As the trainer threw in the towel there.
I mean, you stop it. You know, I prefer to stop the fight one punch too early than one punch too late. You know what I mean? Even though he was still standing, he was taking a lot of punches on the last 15, 20 seconds.
And Neely started out, got him into that left-hand corner.
And I'll tell you, very good win by Neely because he was tested in the first round. You know, by Benson. Benson tested him. He's hanging there. He took his best shots and came with his own. So that's a good win for him once again because it was not an easy first round. He was able to come on top and get the stop in the second round.
So there we go.
Great experience for Neely.
3-0 in his career. It will be his
KOs.
third knockout of his career. So a really good start for him. For Kwame Benson, looks like he's talking to his trainer over in the corner, just trying to understand. Chiro, if you're in the trainer's position, what are you telling him at that point? Why he stopped the fight?
Well, I would tell him that his life is in my hands. You know what I mean? As a fighter, you don't want to get your fight stopped. You could be dying, and that's the fighting mentality. You're gonna fight to your death, dying there. So it's not to his decision to make. It's me in the corner to make the decision. I know my fighter. I know what he can take. I know when he's hurt. I know when he's not hurt. So you know, it would be my decision to stop it. And I think it was a great stop it. I'll be honest with you. He was hurt, and he was not responding back, even though he was on his feet.
All right. Turn it to Orlando Diaz for the official announcement.
Right corner has stopped at the 2:30 the second round, and the winner by TKO, Norman.
Fight we had. Very good heavyweight fight we had.